Right, let's all play. Hi guys, welcome to today's lesson on how to play Christmas Time, Don't Let the Bells End by The Darkness. I've already put a video up of me playing through the whole song. There's a couple of little mistakes in there, but my excuse is I'm very tired. But yeah, so that video is already up. I must have been pretty close though, because I got it kind of content ID striped by someone, so there you go. Anyway, so that's already up, so that's basically the version I'm going to go through. There's a couple of bits in this where I'm picking one or other of the guitars, because obviously there's two guitar players in The Darkness, and sometimes they play the same thing, sometimes they're playing different things, and so basically I'm doing it as a one guitar piece, okay? So whenever you see if you see it and you think, oh, I'm not sure that, just go back and watch the other video and you can see how it all fits in. So that's the basics. As usual, little bit of tone info. There's a great video, I think, I think it's on Anderton's YouTube channel, where they talk about the Darkness tone. It's very simple though. It's Les Paul into a Marshall, and you'd be using the bridge pickup. Obviously, I don't have a Les Paul or a Marshall, so it's going to sound a little bit wrong, but you know, I'm just going through the notes. You guys can get the tone right. There's loads of different sections to this song, so I'm basically just going to start off, go through it all as quickly as I can, whilst trying to be as accurate as I can. So yeah, let's get cracking. Okay, so the first bit we're going to go through is the intro, which makes sense. So what we've got here is we're going to have a bend on this B string 12th fret. So that's a B note. You can do it up here at 16 on the G. Same note, obviously. So, but I'm going to do it down here at 12. So that's our first bit. So the first couple of bends are just normal bends, up, tone bends, and then the third one, I'm going to go up and down as a bend, and then I'm going to pick that 10. Okay? That's our first little section. Three bends on that, third one is an up and down, and then 10th fret on the B string. So what I'm going to then play is 14 on the B, then I'm going to play 12 on the B, hammer onto 14. Oh, the light's shining a bit weird, sorry, I'll adjust slightly. Hammer onto 14, then pull off to 12. Then back to 10, all on the B. Like that, okay? Then I'm going to go up to 15 on the B. I'm going to do a similar thing as before, but I'm going to go 14 to 15 to 14. And then back to 12 on the B. So let me just play that through. Okay, then I'm going to start the next bit by playing 10, 12 on the B. I'm going to do one more bend this time. But effectively it's the same, just with one more bend. And then this bit's exactly the same. Then I'm going to play 15 on the B and just do a very slow bend. Like that, vibrato on, obviously. Every time you get a chance to do some vibrato on it. So that's our intro. It's also very similar to the start of the solo, okay? So that's the first bit, okay? I'm trying to be nice and quick, so we'll go straight on to the verse. Okay, so adjusted the camera to the non-dusty end, so let's go through the verse. As played on an acoustic on the original track, I listened to a live version. The Dan Hawkins, the guitar player, he does this just on a cleaner electric. So you'd clean up your tone for this bit, and then you'd have more distortion, obviously, or more volume. You'd boost it for those lead sections. You know, standard stuff as you'd imagine. I'm just going to leave it as is. A chord to start. Okay, just going to strum through an A. Then I'm going to do an E/A. So I'm going to play first fret on the G string, second fret on the D string, like I'm playing the bottom part of an E chord. And I'm going to play an open A string on top of that. So we end up with. Then I'm going to play a D chord, but /A again. So this is a C-shaped D chord. So there's my actual chord I'm playing. It's a D chord, there's my root note where my pinky is, but it's actually a C shape, okay? But I'm only going to play this little section of it. So it ends up being middle finger on the 3rd fret B string, first finger on the 2nd fret G string, and then 3rd finger on the 4th fret D string. And I'm going to throw in an open A as well. Then back to A. So that's my first bit I just played through. Then E major chord, I'm going to arpeggiate it. Open E string, G string, B, E, B, G, D. So then I'm going to go and do this D shape again, but I'm going to start by doing a hammer on the D string, 2nd fret to 4th fret. Then I'm going to get that D shape again, that's 3rd fret B, 2nd fret G, 4th fret D. And just pick those up, that's B string, G string, D string. Then middle finger comes off, flatten that 1st finger down, so now it's 2nd fret on the B, 2nd fret on the G, 4th fret on the D. And again, the same picking pattern, B, G, D. Then I'm going to adjust my 1st finger again, and this time, I'll get my middle finger out of the way so you can see, I'm just going to play the 2nd fret on the G string, so it now becomes open B string, 2nd fret G string, 4th fret D string. This time I'm going to slightly change my arpeggio, I'm going to play B, G, D, G, B, G. So just play that bit through. Then just a normal D chord. And then the first time, ending, I'm going to play on the B string 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. Okay, later on you can do that at different places. You can do it kind of, but we're going to do it down here. Okay, so let me just play that through again. So. Then the hammer, and then this D shape. Middle finger. Adjust the 1st finger. Okay, and that's the verse. So the first time you do all the way through and you go 2, 3, 5, 3, 2 at the end. The second time you do everything the same, A, E, D, A, arpeggio on the E, that little hammer on the walk bit, open D, and you don't do the arpeggio, you then go to the pre-chorus, okay? Pretty simple stuff in terms of the structure of this song. That's a really cool verse where you're taking simple chords and you're making them more interesting, which I love. If you've ever seen any of my other videos, I mention that all the time, how I love it when people do that. I find that so clever. Anyway, let's just keep going then, and you'll see a cut, and then we'll be back on with the pre-chorus, which is really quick. Okay, pre-chorus, after a sip of coffee. Don't even have to adjust the camera, so happy days. You can do this with power chords. But he actually, again, I listened to a live version, he definitely just does it with one finger. So we're going to do A string, I'm going to slide from 5th fret to 7th fret on the A string. Then 4th fret, then 2nd fret. So. Then, still on the A string, all on the A string. Open, 2, 4, 5, 7. So. All vibrato all the time. That's it. That's the pre-chorus. We end up doing that twice in the song, but it's really that simple. Next bit will be the chorus. Okay, chorus. This is classic, The Darkness. Now, a little bit of a note here. On some videos, people have played this with drop D. I actually think, there's a good chance that in the original, one of the guitars was a drop D guitar. I'm just going to do it without that, so you could do it all on one guitar, okay? So, just a little note, if you think this is different and there's certain bits where I play D chord higher here rather than as an open D chord, which it might sound like in the song, that's why. It's because I've adjusted it just for one guitar with one tuning, okay? There we go. So that's that out the way. Let's crack on. A power chord, that's 5th fret on the E string, 7th fret on the A string. Then I'm going to stretch that 1st finger back to the G sharp note there, which is 4th fret E string. Get that cool sound. Always makes me think of One Vision by Queen. So it's going to be A, just one hit, just one strum, then stretch it back, then we're going to go to F sharp, which is 2nd fret on the E string, 4th fret on the A string. Okay, so they're going to go to D here, 5th fret on the A, 7th fret on the D string. Then I'm going to go back to A, then back to D, then I'm going to do an E, which is in the open position, so it's open E string, 2nd fret on the A string. Then, really super darknessy bit, I'm going to play on the E string, a little walk up, I'm going to play open, 2nd fret, 4th fret, then I'm going to play through it again. And that's the rhythm of it. Very, very classic Darkness. If you think of their biggest ever hit, which was I Believe in a Thing Called Love, has the same kind of thing. all that stuff. It's the same kind of walk at the start. So classic bit of Darkness. It sounds great, but it's really, really that simple. It's just a power chord, stretch back, F sharp, then we go D, A, D, E, walk. Okay, so now we've gone through everything. We've gone through the intro, we've gone through the verse, and we've gone through the chorus. And now we're going to go through the little widdly bits. Now, if you remember the video, this is the bit where they're playing, both the brothers are playing it on one guitar, a double neck guitar. So that's the next bit we're going to go through. Okay, next bit. I've just realised I've left the clock in the room and it's super loud, so I apologise for the ticking in the background. I should really get up and change it, but I haven't done. Anyway, so let's do this next bit. I don't really know what to call this bit. It's almost like it's a melodic solo, really, which is a unison guitar. We're going to just play it through with one of the guitars, okay? So we are going to start on the G string, 6th fret. I'm going to play that note twice, 6th fret G string twice. Then 4th fret on the G string. Then I'm going to do a pull off, 6 to 4. Then I'm going to stretch up to 7th fret on the D string. So 6, 6, 4, pull off, and then 7th on the D. Okay, which is our A notes. Then I'm going to go back and play 6 on the G again. Then I'm going to do a very fast hammer on pull off. So that's 4th fret, hammer to 6, pull off to 4, all on the G string. Like that. So you got 6 and then that fast pull off. Then up to the 7th fret on the D again. So we've got. Then I'm going to play 7 on the G. Then what I'm going to do there, I'm going to do a hammer on from 6 to 7. I'm going to slide back to 4. I can do it as a pull off, or you could re-pick it, whichever you prefer. I often do it as a slide. So I'd go. Like that. So that's the way I prefer to do it. Obviously I fluffed that slightly, but you get the idea. You guys are probably better at guitar than me anyway. So yeah, that's the first half through. So the second half's going to start with a little walk in. We're going to play 7 on the D, and then 4 on the G. Then I'm going to start basically very similarly, 2 6s on the G. Then I'm going to play 5 on the B. Then I'm going to do a pull off, 6 to 4 on the G. Then 7th fret on the D. Then 6 on the G. Then that fast trill, 4 6 4. Then 7 again on the D. Then 7 on the G. This time I'm going to hammer on 6 to 7 and then slide to 9. Like that, okay? So it's. Okay, that's the whole bit. I thought playing it slower might help actually because yeah, there's a lot going on there. That's that bit. After that we go back and we do the verse exactly the same, we do the pre-chorus exactly the same, and we do the chorus exactly the same. So the next bit is much later in the song, and this is the bit in the video where the robot sings, which is always great to be able to say that that's the next section. So that's the next bit. Okay, the bit where the robot sings. Pretty simple this, it's going to be 2 triads. So triads are just where we pick out the 3 notes that make up a chord. I'm going to do an A triad, as in the chord is an A, and then I'm going to do an E chord triad. So, okay, so it's going to be 5th fret on the E and the B, and then 6th fret on the G. That is an A major triad. I'm going to pick up from the E string, I'm going to go E, B, G, and I'm going to do that 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm going to move to this E chord, which is 7 on the E string, and then 9 on the B and 9 on the G, and I'm going to do that twice. And I'm going to do that whole thing twice. That's it. That's the bit where the robot sings. When they do it live, they do a different bit there, but that's what it is in the track when they do the robot sings. If you're wondering, it's from, that's the shape, that A bar chord, and that E shape, and that E bar chord. It's just the bottom section of each bit. That's where it comes from. Next bit will be the bridge. Okay, so the bridge is the bit that probably most would benefit from being in drop D, but we're not in drop D, so we're just going to deal with it as is. So bear that in mind, basically, that when I play a D chord later on, if you were in drop D, you'd probably do it with an open D string and open A string to get that really nice chuggy D. But anyway, we're not going to do that, so that's just an aside if you have a second guitar player. F sharp power chord, then E power chord to A power chord. Now you can go, but I prefer the way that sounds because I'm a weird muso. So F sharp, E, A, 2, 3, up to B, up to C sharp, then I'm going to do D up here, then all the way back to E, and then so that was F sharp, then G sharp, okay? So F sharp is 2nd fret, E with an open E, then to A, 5th fret, 5th, 5 and 7, B is 7 and 9, 1 hit, C sharp is 9 and 11. Then once I get to 10 and 12, which is the D chord, I'm going to do triplets. Then I'm going to do the same rhythm on the open E again. Then on the F sharp again, triplets, G sharp triplets. You could hit an A, but that's when we're going to do the solo. But the A would come in just as you're doing the bend at the solo. That's the bridge, okay? So all you have to get used to with the bridge is just how long you... 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Just once you can count it in, that's it. That's the only thing you have to get used to. Pretty simple stuff, more power chords, more classic bit of the Darkness. You know, it's exactly what you'd expect from the Darkness. Okay, so the next bit will be the solo, so I'm probably going to have to zoom out a little bit because I'm going to be using a big chunk of the guitar for this bit. But anyway, solo. So I'll try and be quick with the solo. I'm already like 15 minutes into this video, and so I'm going to try and be super quick with the solo. So hopefully not too quick. See you in a sec. Okay, so the solo starts with something very similar to the intro. So what I'm going to do is bend on the 12th fret B string just as I did before, but this time I'm going to do an up, down, up, all with one pick. Then I'm going to pick it when it's bent and do a down pick and then hit the 10. So it's the same notes, but it's just a different way of doing it. I'm going to just burp because I just drank loads of coffee, my apologies. Then the next bit's exactly the same as the intro. 14, then that quick trill, 12, 14, 12, back to 10, 15, little trill, 14, 15, 14, 12. Okay, exactly the same. Then we're going to walk in for the second bit of this. We're going to play 10, 12. Same thing, up, down, up with one bend. Then we're going to pick it down. So you can pick that 12 or you can just pull off to it. And then 11 on the G, then 10 on the B. So that's different than the intro. Then this next bit's the same, 14, bit quick trill, 12, 14, 12. You can do as a slide back as well. I often pick it because I prefer how it sounds. But you could do it as a slide back. And then that slow bend on 15. Okay, let me just play that through. Yeah, simple. Not that simple, but sounds cool. Now we're really into the chunk of the solo. So this first bit is very easy to hear. Bend on 14 on the E string, then 14, then 12, then still on the E string, 11, 9, 11, then 12 on the B, then 11, 9, 11 on the E, and then 9 on the B. Now the next bit is very hard to hear because there's two guitars doing two different things. So I'm picking the one that's doing the lower bit and I'm basically just going to work my way back through a scale. So this is the bit that I'm least confident on, but I think it's right. Anyway, so it's 11, 9, 8, 6, all on the G string. Then I'm going to do a bend on this G string at 6th fret. I'm going to go up, down and then pull off to 4. And I'm going to hit that 6th fret on the D. So like that, okay? So that to me sounds right, but it's only for one of the guitars. The other guitar's doing a different bit. Then I'm going to flick now to the other guitar because this is the bit that to me sounds much more prominent in the track, okay? In the mix, I should say. So I'm going to now do a big bend on 18. I'll see if you can see. I'll move a bit closer. So 18 on the E string. I'm going to bend it up and then down, but not all the way, and then back up. let it ring. Obviously my guitar's a bit quiet at the moment. Lots of vibrato like that. Then I'm going to move to 18 on the G string. I'm going to play that as a bend. Then I'm going to play 18, still on that G string. Then I'm going to bend it basically 3 times. And that third time, I'm bend down, pull off to 16 on the G, play 18 on the D, and then go back to 16 on the G. So we got like that, okay? Cool lick. Sounds, yeah, it just sounds great, you know, especially when you play it along with the track. And then we got the final lick. Again, it's one of the guitars, it's not both of the guitars. The other guitar is doing something different at this point. I'm going to do a bend on 18 on the E string. I'm going to go up, down, and then pull off to 16. Then I'm going to play 16 on the B. I'm sorry, I'm doing this really badly. There we go. Trying to do it slowly sometimes is way more difficult than it should be. Then I'm going to re-pick 16, then 17, all on the B string this. Then I'm going to play 19 on the B and slide to 21. Then I'm going to play 19 on the B. And that's the end of the solo. So that's it. So first half of that solo is basically the intro, but a slight variation on the intro, and then the second bit is really the solo. It's not that extravagant, but there, as I said before, there are 2 guitars doing 2 different things, so at times it's relatively hard to hear exactly which bit is going on. But that to me are the guitars that are most kind of prominent. The only bit is this that little walk back there is quite hard to hear because it was hard to pick which bit to do. But there you go. Hopefully you'll enjoy that. So straight after the solo is actually, there's no guitar. It's when the choir comes in and then he just starts singing along with the choir, and there's lots of singing about Bell's Ends, okay? And then we got the outro chorus next. Okay, so the outro chorus, I'd probably do a little slide in, much like you do at the start of the song, which I forgot to mention. You do a little slide like that at the start of the song. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. You go... Anyway, so I do a similar thing here, which is just basically I'm sliding down from, you know, 1 or 2 to 12 and then back again. And then we're going to come in with the chorus, and I've got to move the camera because I'm an idiot again. So we're now, basically it's the same chorus as before, but everything is 2 frets along, and we're changing the key basically. So I'm going to start at B, 7 and 9, stretch back so it's then 6 and 9, then I'm going to do a G sharp, so that's 4 and 6. Then I'm going to do an E power chord. Then I'm going to do a B down here, which is 2 and 4. Back to E. Then F sharp, which is 2 and 4, but on the E and the A string. Then I'm going to walk on the E string 2, 4, 6. And that's it. That's it basically. If you want to see how many times, obviously just listen to my video. I think it's 4 times. 4 times? Anyway, it's longer than you think it's going to be. Yeah, it's a double chorus, so it'd be 4 times. And then right at the end of the outro, I'm going to tack this onto the outro solo. We've got a very, very, very short little bit of a lead line. We're going to play on the G string, 6th fret. I'm going to bend that. Then I'm going to play 4th fret on the G string. Then I'm going to play 8 on the G. I'm going to bend it, but I'm only going to do a semitone bend, so I'm bending the 8th fret to the 9th fret. Then I'm going to play that 8, then 4th fret, then 6th fret, then a very slow hammer on from 4 to 6 and pull off to 4. Lots of vibrato on that B note at the end. There's a couple of people who do have done guitar covers on the YouTubes, and they end it by sliding to that B note, which is 12th fret B string. But I'm going to end on this B note. To me, that's how that final bit should go. Anyway, so that's the whole song. That's it, basically. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's a super long video, but I've gone through that as quickly as I possibly can. It's already like the 22nd of December, so I have been a little delayed getting these things up, but I have a very good excuse. So, yeah, so basically that's it. Hopefully you enjoy this. As usual, please like the video, please comment on the video, please subscribe to the channel. I've got a few other Christmas songs on my channel as well, so if you find this one, have a look, and I'll have a little bit of a playlist of Christmas songs that I've done. I've got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I've got the Slade one, Merry Xmas Everybody, and the Pogues one, Pogues and Kirsty McCall one, Fairy Tale of New York, are on there. I'm going to try and put some more content up after Christmas. I've got a cool version of Auld Lang Syne to do, and then once it hits January, we'll be back onto the normal stuff. Okay, I'm just going to quickly show you my jumper, which is Father Christmas playing his electric guitar. There's even an amp in the bottom corner. There you go. And hopefully you guys all have a fantastic Christmas. As I said, I've got the reason I haven't put many videos up is because my son was born on the 2nd of December, so I've already got the best Christmas present ever, although I'd like to get some more sleep. But hopefully you get what you want, and hopefully you enjoy these videos, and I'll see you guys for maybe one more video this year, maybe 2 more videos this year, and then back onto the normal stuff in January. Have a good Christmas. Bye-bye.